Hi everyone. Some people say and believe that time is one of the most important factors for your success. And you can never wait for the right time because time is never waiting for you. So you have to keep going. Now, as we're talking about time, a very less time is left for your examination. I am here with a foolproof strategy to crack CMA final law examination in the coming attempt. That is, the exams will be held in January, not in December. So we call it ideally a December attempt, but obviously it will be held in January. So concisely I can say that there are 2 broad months left for your examination. Now I can talk perfectly about my own subject, so your law mentor Shivangi ma'am is here to help you crack your CMA final law examination in just 2 months. How, ma'am, is that even possible? I mean, CMA final law syllabus is huge. And to cover such a vast syllabus, undoubtedly, we need a lot of time. Yes, my dear, you are right. You need a lot of time, but I have a strategy for you, and which has been meticulously designed. And I am going to address both set of students. Okay, so there are some set of students who are already pro at the concepts and all that. So I will talk about that students also. I have a strategy for them also. But first of all, I am going to talk about the students who have done nothing in law. Ma'am, how are we going to approach this subject? Well, you have this subject divided into Section A Companies Act, Section B Other Corporate Laws, and Section 3 Corporate Governance. Right, IBC also has a special weightage of 10 marks, corporate governance 15, other corporate laws 25, and Companies Act 50 marks. Of course, I'm talking about the 2016 syllabus, right? I'm not talking about 2022 syllabus. Now, when I say that you have 2 months, that means broadly, I can say you have 60 days. A foolproof strategy, okay? You just have to follow the strategy blindly and trust me, success isn't going to be far if you make an honest approach now. Undoubtedly, it is ultimately the students who have to take that call, who have to take that pain, who have to take that effort, right? We cannot learn it on your behalf, we cannot read on your behalf. It is you who has to make that honest approach, right? So if you make that honest approach, I am giving you a lot of confidence and trust in this strategy that you will certainly clear your examination. Now, you have broadly 60 days, right? Yes or no? Now, in 60 days, I completely understand that if this is your position in law, I can say in most of the papers, maybe you are not very pro, or maybe some papers you have prepared well and some papers you haven't prepared well. So you might need time in other papers as well. I, I demand only 2 hours a day. That's it, ma'am. 2 hours a day. Out of the 24 hours that you have, can't you give me just 2 hours? Undoubtedly, ma'am, we can. If you give me 2 hours a day, that comes out to be 120 hours. That is sufficient for me. That is sufficient for me. How, ma'am? CMA final law class, right? CMA final law class is of around 150 hours. Ma'am, why are you coming to class? As I said, I will discuss the other set of students also. Please be patient and listen to the video very carefully. It's not anything about promotion and all that. Okay, so listen very carefully. It is very important for the students to develop that concepts. Unless it is not something that teachers keep on telling you repeatedly, it actually is needed, and it is needed in your examination, in your professional arena, both. If you just read or if you just mug up certain things, you have very limited chances of clearing your examination. But if you understand things, you have very bright chances of clearing your examination and being very successful in your professional life ahead as well. So I never advise the students that without conceptual understanding, you should just mug up certain selective topics and all that. No. Of course, I have given you selective topics as well, but for the students who are in a fix, who have developed that conceptual clarity, who do not have time, and how can they strategize and all that, right? Right now, you still have time, and your first focus should be to gain conceptual understanding. Ma'am, gaining conceptual understanding involves again a lot of time. No, that's what I'm telling you. If you look at the classes, 150 hours. 150 hours, my dear, includes revision of all chapters. Revision of all chapters. That means, how do we approach? How do we approach through our 5-volume book? We approach in a manner that we study and gain conceptual understanding from the main book. We revise from our handwritten charts and we solve questions through our question bank. In such a manner, you don't have to read a single word outside this. Ma'am, 150 hours. Here you have got only 120 hours, my dear. 150 hours. If you speed watch at 1.25, you get 120 hours. I am demanding the least time possible, just 2 hours a day. You can undoubtedly increase it to 3 hours, 4 hours. If you have other subjects well done, right? Even if they are not done well, then you can undoubtedly take out at least 2 hours if you want to crack this professional journey, right? So 120 hours, if you give it to me, then all the explanation part, all the revision, all the types of questions, everything will be done. On top of that, you can connect with me. Undoubtedly, there is query support. WhatsApp me through voice note. We can connect through messages. We can connect, and I will be your mentor in cracking this journey. I completely understand that there is very less time left for your examination, and maybe some students might also go through some financial difficulties, or they might think that for such a less time, paying huge amount for examination might not be very helpful for them. So let me give you a coupon code. You can use this coupon code to get some extra discount if you want to. Okay, so this is the coupon code that you can use. Now the set of students who are with me, stay with me. Why? Because I'm going to tell you something else. What now? Here is our another level strategy. What another level strategy, ma'am? We all know these are the topics in our syllabus, and this is past year average analysis also. Okay, how the questions are being asked, which chapter is given more importance or not. This is past year analysis. Okay, I also have ABC analysis pushed, which I consider important for the coming attempt. So we have 2 types of analysis that we have done. Now, this is the preferable sequence of revision, that this should be the first chapter that you should pick up for revision. Now, this is for the set of students who have already gained a very good conceptual understanding, and now they're looking for a strategy. They can be my registered students as well. Now they're looking for a strategy, that how do we approach next, ma'am? How do we approach with the subject? I mean, we are done with the classes. We have that conceptual understanding. What should we do next? So I am giving you just 20 days plan. This is the plan. If you take classes now, this is the plan. But if you have already gained that conceptual understanding, then you have a 20-day plan, 2 hours each, 40-hour revision plan. These are the hours that you have to devote to the chapter. Of course, you might have a different plan in your mind, or you might be a student who has not understood the chapter of offenses and penalties at all. So you might have to devote more time to that chapter. And maybe SEBI loader you have understood so well that you have learned it. So you might not even need to devote any time. So student to student, this strategy, these hours, the sequence may differ. This is the preferable guidance that I'm giving to you. It is up to you whether you want to accept that guidance or not, right? So here we have the past year analysis, just for your reference, the preferable sequence of revision hours that you are going to devote. So if you just devote 40 hours, that means 20 days, 2 hours a day, you have to start now, right? So within 20 days, you will be very well thorough with the whole subject, and after that you can use your days to practice extra questions, MTP and all that, right? And go look for amendments if you have studied the classes very previously, right? So all that part you can do later, and then of course last minute tips is a separate thing. Okay, so I hope you have understood this foolproof strategy to crack your CMA final law examination. Hope this was helpful to all of you. Thank you so much.